at about the point political house show. Being at the Big Brother GH the Maestro. My catches you made you know say about 11:30 pet. They said you made you know bro I'm a BBA etimi akoye. Pacho so after na wetimi joining me a hanom Tofiakwa TV. Yes, also Time TV on YouTube and also Fache TV. Yes, also honoma yidi jumedi no kama at the amount. Pacho me pese obeti my niema mi ensa prekope at the amame. Yes, ye niema mi ensa prekope. Na fama me currently as we speak. Like it, share, na comment it, jaw comment ewo honum na maybe read or comment no enfam mau because or comment no ebe hu ehia me na no so hu behia se e wo so beja e dia to se na be ya onso so no ubetimi aka dwumedie na ye ba bedi no ho na bebia etimi akoyi safei and I wetimi joining me and me wakwa at about the point political house show so and then we call the monologue because of say wow nim dada yambo Friday me wo panyi kese pa me be di nkomo ete no duru me ma wo ate panyi na me be di nkomo no ho enka na won so wetimi prepare and they are facing that kind of interviewer yambo Friday betimi at the abroad but for now at the point political house show I'm going monologue for today and today's discussion we are going to talk about a lot of things that are also currently within the political scenes and also within your country you making sure say bibia betimi akoye at the amine but mama sha say ni didin komo kakra production are you ready now itimi didin komo kakra e wo hono but I think say last week we didn't komo kakra de fa galamsey nsensem ho ekoso o man Ghana na eneno me de emu soko no bro me be domo soko the amount because I feel say it is right time Ghanaians should understand say the two political parties no more kromo anom no omudi en wagro yes the two political parties no more kromo hanom no Ghanaians should understand so omudi ye ho agro ene galamsey no ho nsensem no betimi de aba beto anim na so wetimi de hu wetimi hu sen ya galamsey no ekoso ewo ye kromo hanom but then in the year 2015 and I said in the year 2015 we saw NPP who were campaigning against the galamsey and also in the year 2018 we saw Sami Jemfia now also a campaigning against galamsey. Just recently we've had the NPP omitimi ako organize a press conference and a press release Ewo River and Cobra and most of these rivers are polluted due to the illegal mining and Ekoso Ewo Yekromo Hanon. But what I'm trying to say in this answer, what I'm tempted to say is say these two political parties under NDC in his first term under John Dramani Mahama the first term in office now there were a lot of illegal minings and Ekoso Ewo Yekromo Hanon. The same thing in this particular season, so we've seen another galamsey and also ekoso under Yura John Dramani Mahama. But the whole sense, no ebitimi aba na wonso wetimi ho senia, wonso wetimi ede wajintre, ede bibia etimi ede afa ho ede aba. But then NPP essence a claim say there has been a lot of harassment to the former government appointees. Yura Nana Dankwa Kufuado etimi appointee omo ewo abemu. The likes of Chairman Wontumi. Chairman Wontumi wasn't the government appointee. He was a regional, Ashanti regional chairman in terms of the New Patriotic Party. But then the kind of ways the NDC administration so NPP for Nimubino. The NPP believe it's not the right way. It was say omo into metima organize the harassment protest. Omo fight against the government, the current incumbent government, which is being led by another Dankwa Kufuado, as to the reason why offers for amount for omo feel say omo MPP for na kwan omo fa so chichi omo no ho ensensem no enkoye enti no omo timi enhwe na omo pe ho asem enka ho sensem bebre wa hanoma betimi e de abro also se wo ko galamsey ho sensem na ekoso na and the message in Komobi Metro mining no licenses the NPP Edema some of these small scale miners now under the 8 years Metro the skill and I said the licenses the number of licenses at NDC for a release year during from 2009 to 2016. Metro the number of licenses when we release year. Number sounds what show NPP for also more licenses on what so etimi a release year during that particular moment in time. Ni etimi di do come bet. Raf edidi in komo kakra. Raf edidi in komo. Some culture say over the weekends, there were a lot of protests and air koso with the galamsey. Na Raf in komo na wako didi no. the nyina say o true job e de ma yewura opemso otumfo or say to the second say on command ne I mean na himfo na omuntimi enjai galamsey no otimi kasa obi anda no obi ada enti I mean on command na himfo no omuntimi enjai galamsey no mi wo nsem bi wo ho no ma sa video we wa ha mebam wa he no mi wo nsem bi wo ha meka ama onso no wetimi eti na onso wetimi ahwe but then over the weekends okukron to me Eastern region this boy are supposedly the police service or more to me potemo no I believe he said or a crime suspect na randomly omutimi kokko search ewo impotemo kakra na omacheche nkrofo a sebi omu believe he said omu delay in drugs na omu sanso say imeburu na ewo kokkrantumi na we na imeburu ni ba kwa waje dimpa okokkrantumi ho I friend say D-ball wajidi yankasa odu kokkrantumi potemo wono na inkrase kakra na wo Eastern region na obo D-ball a obi enim D-ball na police for etimi akwache no abura brantie no because of read 5 Ghana cedis ama sese na brantie no enya ne baby call abra police for edeni duro ayare sabia no abrantie etimi an survive wawu na niema kokkrantumi for boys no eye ewo ehonom no bacho asefe me pese video no me de toso a also ubetimi ahesa videos ni bi na wetimi hu senia niema AC call kokkrantumi currently as we speak but global info analytics the almost starts aba almost starts aba obviously according to some of the research this survey wetima conduct no so check it between general secretary as a national chairman for the NDC, which is the NDC as a patriotic as an ruling party. What they are trying to say, they say in the year 2028 general elections ebebano NPP 4% Yera Johnson and Sidun Ketia and lead the NDC as a political party. The same way NDC 4 no so percent Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Musu lead the NPP as a flag bearer for the general elections ebeba in the 2028. But then say san ebisia kwan bear so and in some betimi akọ me de hu ntremu ebetimi ediabro. The same way when you go to the global analytics info omankasa also another stars asanso the ababim nkomono mu di say so NDC the flag bearership race and now be di hu nkomo sa ababeto na se sia na ye ka say no papa ono ye minister of education honorable Haruna Idrusu is currently leading in the grassroots of the NDC. Some di hun commercial Makacho says so open crophobia sebi omunim di ometime lead the NDC na Haruna Idrusu eka hu bi, and according to global info analytics for no almost say Haruna Idrusu currently as to speak lead with most of the grassroots people are omo NDC currently as we speak. Yaba beti di hon komo na Mekacho say afena jumedi na yasha ase enti ubegina so a share efama me like efama me na ja o comment efama me because o share ene o comment na obeja e dia to e dia mame no mepacho ehu hia me pa e betimi di eno no e di enkomo kakra e wo honom enti hanom Tofiakwa TV. We are live on Tofiakwa TV on YouTube, on Facebook, also Time TV on YouTube. No wasanso abafache TV no wasanso di hunjuma kama e dia mame na bibia etimi akoyi kama yendi nkomo kakra na yehu senia yenkomo no ebetimi akọ ewo ehonom. But on the first story na yem picking yendi nkomo. Now last week we be di nkomo catch say galamsey won sensem ne yema ekoso wo oman Ghana currently as we speak no say yanhwe ye na yetena ho na the two powerful political parties omokrum currently bekanasa because in the last couple of years since 1992 I free the military leadership about 1992 no we've seen only two political parties or leading minor since 1992, and it has been either the NDC or the NPP. Yes, it has been either the NDC or the NPP. So currently as we speak, Sabekasa Omumienum are the two most powerful political parties. It is true. Yes, it is true. Now, say, check here. Galamsey once and some other Mekacha will say, so track it way back from 1935, 1947, ever into 1957. Yeji and found who free abrofun and sema. Galamsey was there, but the way and manner na young crofo at that time no for so ye galamsey wo krom hanom no na sebi omo de adwen kakra eto ho because they were coached, they were trained, and they were supervised as to how omefa so etu egudie etu amena e wo krom hanom. Enti ye wa mena bi wo priesti adameka ho asem kyo say since 1947 Sam Menano has been a galamsey Peter galamsey for mo priesti edidi amenanim since 1947 and omo shase to Sam Menano since 1947 and amenanim bungui because of how they've been able to do their things with the little training and the little skills we metimi nya ewo the galamsey training ni mono at that time. But over these particular years, since 2009, EBEPIM 2025 for Yekase, our people, the small scale miners, no, instead of them of so yusu the good and the rightful part on meeting utilize gold there in Krumano, no, they've not been doing that. They are using crude method, and in Krumha, in Krofomo, in Kruma, yuzu. It is a Oshe Kwamafasu A2 Galamsey or Krumanum na. It is purely bad. It is purely bad. But Aqua say o kan edia fa amanyoko NDC ho a. Na MPP so sorry about Bekase. Omo time no, omo ye say e de boa say nka omo gu Galamsey no. And na NDC for about take over and omo mum A2. But what I want to tell these two political parties, they say omo nyina no, omo ye ndungu asefo. Yes. Now Abandepa drop one picture na Sambi Jemfi as of 2018. No mujina Revan Cobra. Ejina yes, omujina hono mo press conference drop a picture na man answer ya the two waters. I mean me compare our two waters na e dey ama etfo sisi. Now so a picture na that's so currently as you speak. So we'll check the way and manner. Yensu ene yenyema asaya in the year 2018 when Nana Danko Akufo-Addo took over from John Dramani Mahama in 2016. Certainly 2 years. I can't remember say the way na era Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ever so far so stop galamsey mining e wo krom hanu say obetimi utilize the task force. Ebi akọ some of the mining sites hyehyɛ nkrase hyehyɛ nwurum forestry site hodom no na won make sure say military ene nkrofo mo hodom no betimi asɛe omo hodom no enyem omo ye ahyehyɛ excavators. They did that and then across from 2017 to 2018 no I mean galamsey no anojo kakra. It was a good cause on that particular fight. But yera Sambi Jemfi kojina Revan Cobra this press release picture that that's not more no. And in some more kind they say currently as you speak the Revan Cobra emun nam beka say ye unse nsu mu nam ye fish emun nam e wo mu no sebi one omuwu because of the method and the kind of harmful substances at that time na galamsey for no mo honom no omo de eye adwuma e wo honom. But what I want to ask these people, they say, so currently as you speak, so what kasa they afa harmful substances on. That's what we call Revan Cobra on edia je press release, that's a press conference. After Jens and Trophy me be cover. Near di hun command. What of now? What is the state of these particular river currently as you speak? And yeba be di hun command. I'm going to press conference. To tune some Ghana for some say MPP for mobile na sebi or more fight say galamsey no or more mama phone too or more bra galamsey or more chichi excavators or more chichi excavators or more chichi man for two no. They are fighting a good cause, but I don't believe say MPP phone boom in the air yeah or more say yes no. Of course, some of us believed in what you people said at that time. When you organized that press conference, we believed that particular. But I can say. Always be these two political parties, the ones to play mind games with Ghanaians. They want to play mind games with Ghanaians. What baffles me, any idea ya sisiana ama menyambra me kasa dia fa science nsemu hu ne say sawoko mining site any sabi forestry hono omuye omutu egudie na omuti kromo ono no sabi omumom enya the merits of that particular illegal act no bet omo asebi yentu egudie ni bi wo omu kromo no omumom na sese no omo ho echido mo when it comes to potable water omumom na sese no when it comes to good quality water and even potable water for their domestic purposes. Because in Krasia, it is not the responsibility, and I say Ghana Water Company almost stretching end during Krasia. It is an Krasia for no or more than insua etin no mokosa na se be menye bi anom no menye bi edi edidi omo de anu aduane edi na omo ko say nsuo no krabra so omo de ye omo aduane ko omo ntimi fa nye because of say harmful substances ni wom in common ye di no se bi ahomete pa. The use of cyanide, none better now can cyanide no koya mo first we use no. Be can make hun sensem. Ebe catch say Ghana Water Company kwe release some info say so mo check the amount of alum and chlorine no metimi e dia sone sa efin e wo nsuo nim na chale. So mo ka so mo yes and dem na then e was so mo rise and as was so mo advance the bills of water in our communities. Because I'm saying no mudi gunso no almost saying so no ama Ghana Water Company currently no I difficult every man be comment and did home come e wa hanom na bibia etimi akoy lawyer but na hanom ne ye say yenso ne ye ka ho asem na mo release press conferences na say mudi ya adwin ediago over this weekend. Abrande some mame miracles Abuaje, the personal aide to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, or no so picture na mame. Na amanfo ntem komo na medi na se ye. Yes. No mo ntem komo na ye di na se ye. So miracles Abuaje over the weekends. And so one of these rivers no ho. Omako organize press conferences. Memo wetie video Paul Yando, the communication director for NPP. Wo bunkotoja opa Yera John Dramani Mahama Cho, so onye bibi fanfa the rivers and the galamsey who on call for state of emergency. Sinebeya yensu na ye send wo krumwano due to galamsey niyama na yakos wo krumwano me bit ma stop it. Memwa hesa video right after this particular picture. But for now, Fasade is miracle Abuaje picture na tosumame. So you could easily see say what Sami Jemfi did in 2018 no the same thing MPP for no so akodi river no ho omoye. And I want Ghanaians to wise up. See, Adiana Sami Jemfi Koye and maybe a chim no. The same thing MPP for so about almost oh yeah. But meanwhile, you were in office for the last 8 years. You were in office for the last 8 years when the NDC were crying, telling the government at that time, which was another Danko Akufo-Addo, or more catcher and say. On banning small scale minings, you Dennis Miracle Abuaje Betina Bonten catcher say it is not necessary for the government to put a ban on small scale mining. That is what Dennis Miracle Abuaje you said. Your videos are there. You made it a point blank. Said the government will not ban small scale mining because the government generates enough revenue. Government generates some revenue from the small scale miners so the government near now say or ban it small scale mining there is no way say abano ebetimenya son for so that is what Dennis Miracle Abuaje you said. And you want us to understand the fact say we are holy and you want to fight for the people of Ghana, you want to fight a good cause for Ghana, no. What Sami Jemfi did in 2018 is the same thing that Dennis Miracle Abuaje also wants to say and you are playing mind games of Ghanaians. But meanwhile, you and I understand the fact that Galamsey should be partisan politics. The Galamsey fight now here fight to Okruma as we speak, shouldn't be partisan politics, because if you are able to treat it as partisan politics, then some of us will speak about the Galamsey fight in the base of my parochial interest. If I want to talk about the Galamsey, yes, it will be based on my parochial interest, because send me MPP ni that's the NDC abana send me fight for Galamsey. I will fight on behalf of NPP. Sometimes me NDC ni na MPP about power. Na me fight for Galamsey. I will fight on behalf of NDC, but send me about power. I will stay mute. I wouldn't do anything Ameboa said the Galamsey will be a good cause when it comes to the fighting on those particular things. But then we are here, and then you are trying to play mind games on Ghanaians. Meanwhile, when you were in power for the last 8 years, I want to show some of the mining licenses NPP for releasing yet. Edema small scale miners in the past 8 years, and you understand what I am talking about. Now, producer, Poyando in sense, I mean, do whom commosi and you movie on. Now, Sawo Cheke Poyando, he is the communication director for the NPP. Now, Poyando, Ebunkotuye Air Pacho, say, Ye Rajanjumani Mahama, Enye Bibi Fanfa, Yensua Essay, Ewo Krum Hanon. Onye bibi fanfa yensu a essay ewo kroman ho because inso na essay no sebi eho ensensem no ewo honom eti also oye bibi e de fa ho na inso no etimi eni timete na inso mu nama ewo mu nso no etimi ebem se na be ya habitat na se inso mu na me mu na mo nsei mo maye video no sisi a
Mama, ya kutusre wo wadaro matie yesufre kama hafo enyan wonno na Ghana galamsey yi emrase wana wo kan yese oba wo de state of emergency because you catch the president akofado you go the president it ya nti na wo de wutimi enya ade no ma ye nyina ye ho nkwe yesren sani abrofo ni tie bia afale wo bachi echejem de ye nti ase sani ye tie bia no declare ye ntimi enya nsupa no wo da maso Mama, ya kutusre wo wadaro matie yesufre kama hafo enyan wonno na Ghana galamsey yi emrase wana wo kan yese oba wo de state of emergency because you catch the president akofado you go the president it ya nti na wo de wutimi enya ade no ma ye nyina ye ho nkwe yesren sani abrofo ni tie bia afele to fosu party echejem de ye nti ase sani ye tie bia no declare ye ntimi enya nsupa no wo da maso Mama, ya kutusre wo wadaro matie yesufre kama hafo enyan wonno na Ghana galamsey yi emrase wana wo kan yese oba wo de state of emergency because you catch the president akofado you go the president it ya nti na wo de wutimi enya ade no ma ye nyina ye ho nkwe yesren sani abrofo ni tie bia afele
so a SSA ewo kromo ano na in fact mete sa insemu no na sebi makoma eyeme yakakra. Now Poyando, I want to send this message to you. When you were in power, did you ever mind the grievances and Ghanaians go through with this Galamsey fight? What did you say? Did you come out as communication director for the NPP to say something sensible like this? You see, sometimes no, emamunye say Ghanaians no ye yenkoda bi na yeti kromo hanom na sebi mudi ye di agro, mudi ya andwin di agro. When you were in power, you didn't care much about the Galamsey fight. But because you are in opposition, and now opposition na tables not turning no, you are currently trying as much as possible to praise, and that's to be praised in the sight of Ghanaians. Say MPP, for when you came to power, you are doing something extraordinary when it comes to the fight of Galamsey, which to me it is something I mean to say a shadow work, and the NPP has started. I am not attacking any other political party, but then even what I'm saying, say MPP back power in the next 4 years. The same thing, these things not MPP 4 years, it will be the same thing that NDC for in the next 4 years to come. Supposedly, say Kotuaba, na MPP baba power, na NDC co-positioner. The same thing, and na NDC for baye. The same thing, and na NDC for baye. Because it has been the tradition, it has been the kind of games the two political parties try to play at the smart Ghanaians. And that is the American found. It is quite the political parties has been playing just to outsmart Ghanaians. Near omotumfu to the good Ghanaians any. But poyando video ya uye sebi. And me who the logic thing in this particular video. You were in power, for Christ's sake. You were in power for 8 years. What did you do in the last 8 years? I am Galam seni yenso na wako jida hona o kan wasem no. E kabet ma bibi dia bo ho ban. I am not sure. Se poyando me ba ofia. Obe ka che me se o pipe born water na ebu no o se bi e de she fridge mo nom. Onye bi sa de ni bi da. Se na meti he ya me to bottle water no e bi na autonom. Because unim bonia mum penifo na mu bedi on minus no. You know what you've done to the water bodies when it comes to Galamsey. You know what you have done when it comes to Galamsey fight, and you know what you've done to our water bodies in our country. And then penifo amuti kromanum, both NDC or NPP. I am not sure. Say yabamu fear. Say my baba sra my ba ofie say o ma minsuanom menya sure so obekwa kobu say be pipe born water na de akoshe fridge mu abehwe gu cab ma say menum dabi bottle water na de be serve, because you know the disadvantages. You know it. But then mu play smart cards on Ghanaians. Obun ko toje e pa era John Mahama Chow say onye den on fighting for Galamsey. He is of course doing something to better the cause of Galamsey fight in our country. Just like the first 2 years of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. You guys realize Nana Danko Akufo-Addo or Sheshe excavators or a lot of things. Just like what Nana Danko Akufo-Addo is doing. The same thing John Mahama is also doing. It was through Galamsey fight, and the government officials the forest. It was this same Galamsey fight, and a lot of things happened within our country. Yes, manage small scale mining. Mokache say it has a revenue to our national income. Now you are putting pressure on the government. After you more position, say when you some more position and some more in power, you don't see the mistakes that you create. But some more call out of power, then you come and tell us what to do as the opposition. They come and say right now, no, in Ghanaian politics scene, no political scene, no, so your opposition party in power, say be hona ya uhun yemenuso, uhu amamunenuso, ehunyansa. So bet me bo mine ye, but then so be di o mine so na say opposition for na kan ye macho na yen crofo eti kromo no ye kan ye ma de cho say ade na mo ye munja yo mo ha yo munja and the munti mo opposition. So right now no, you have the guts to come out and say mo kwa press conference or water bodies on. No, it is a total lie. It is a total lie. It is a total lie. Now I have some pictures me show edi amount amwa hebi na bibia etimiako ye edi amount. I have some pics me de be mount because eneno mehiti. Yes, the real mbisi asha me kasano. I mean I say akomatis now. About the project this picture right after the video poyando video, the this particular picture the Galamsey ravages no mama sa picture photo so mama ndim komo fanfa. Now, so we'll check the number of forester Galamsey ascend wo kromo hanoma. We have 44 forest reserves, Galamsey etimi aseno in the last 8 years. I'm talking about from 2016 to 2025. 44 forest reserves and yetimi eluzi ewo yenkromo hanom. 44 reserve, forestry reserve and yeluzi we yenkromo hanom no. So we'll check the types of forest reserve we have so many. You have your Sudan savanna, your tropical rainforest, your mangrove and swamp. We have a lot of things. Guinea savanna, we have a lot of things. But then so baby a tropical rainforest which lies between the southeastern part and south central part of the Republic of Ghana. Especially in the ranges of western region, Bron Ahafo region, and the central region. That enclave, Honomono, a Hona Galamsey in the air course currently as we speak. And in common ambit, they say, per the research, I mean, Makoya, mediator, so Diamano, 44 forest reserve has been lost. Young forest, no. Young Koya Sebi, Dachibino, and this one for Swobe Bron, my Ghana, no. 44 forest reserve has been lost because of Galamsey. Now, what I'm trying to say is that, so we'll check in the number of trees. These Galamsey etimi asen, and I'm talking about the timber. 5,252 has been degraded. Ya chegu, ye chen yanegu. Ye cha inyano ediegu. Ye cha inyano ediegu. So what I'm trying to, like, in common meaning, I say, you people don't understand. Ye cha inyano ediegu. You change your 5,252. You just saying you are. But then we are in a particular country. Last, and I said the previous administration, you made the forest reserves and the forest in Mrabase. So unya license are only me forest mo sebi enko chenria. You people knew what you were doing. Ewo forest or you knew what you were doing. So in the last 8 years, we've had about 5,252 trees are degraded just like that. Asefem. Now, Mamen call the next one. Now, rivers including River Pra and Cobra, any Brim River, like it has been destroyed. It has been destroyed. Destroyed to the sense that 5,000 turbidity. And I'm saying so no. And you want me to understand. You want me to understand. Say Galamsey fight no. The NPP, you are trying as much as possible to make us believe say mum na mo and then minimum more try some be fighting for Galamsey Dama Ghanaians. You people are lying. You are liars. Keep quiet. Now, Cocoa Board. This year, from last year, this year, no, Cocoa Board has been able to lose 4.8 billion Ghana cedis on cocoa revenue. 4.8 billion Ghana cedis on cocoa revenue. Now, Enran Kwano, there was an info, a break here, and Ghanaians were even shocked. Ghanaians were even shocked to have heard this from the global market, saying the second spot or the second position Ghana are taking for so many years, currently as you speak, Ecuador. Oh no, what the South American continent, the North America continent, or no mama baby cocoa no. Or no baby the second largest producer of cocoa in the world. Or baby to Ghana or no second position no. Or baby to Ghana currently as you speak. All because of the Galamsey tender we are talking about. Because young cocoa farmers need believe say anything common yedi no. Or believe say the cocoa fu no. Onye sika fan to pesticide. Onye sika fan to a lot of fertilizers. Enfeng gu cocoa land na say production so. Into obeton cocoa asase no. Edi Galamsey for small scale miners no. No mum etu egudie ewo cocoa fu mo ne forest ho no. Enti na say wo keka emun sama ye ka ho asema. Almost 2,552 cocoa lands has been sold to the small scale miners currently as we speak. Because we say cocoa farmers need a believe say the government, the last government administration, and neglected needs and some of the things that the government promised them when they were coming to power in 2016, they neglected them. They neglected the cocoa farmers. So Cocoa Board I reported say 4.8 billion Ghana cedis lose on the revenue e was a Ghana enya any free cocoa because the cocoa farmers no aton mo nsa de small scale miners. Omaton mo nsa no e de small scale miners. It currently as you speak yen cocoa na nke believe say nke no betima you do a lot of production no ene oko the national and also oko the global market. The income that supposedly Ghana should have reached and Ghana should have earned says it cannot drop it. Ama the quality of wa cocoa no kwa na eko from bet ankanetete no the ama Ivory Coast cocoa any Ghana cocoa on the global market and so dem no is the quality of our cocoa pot that we produce. The quality of the cocoa no and I mean the difference of Ivory Coast and yen no I mean big because 2009 my can't say when 2009 Ghana money from Ghana money when it comes to cocoa production and what from we be doing komobi their 2009 when you go to Ivory Coast 2009 2010 Ivory Coast enya and I say omunya civil war that was I mean a general election of Monkasa organized here at that time. This president Laurent Gbagbo was the president of Ivory Coast and the opposition leader was Alhassan Ouattara. Now Ouattara be wini and Laurent Gbagbo so on tiase Emma Ouattara mum may take you over. He believes he won the election. Ouattara also believes yet EC of Ivory Coast declare Laurent Gbagbo as the winner. No, the election has been rigged. He has won the election. And on Namsuma civil war breaky Ivory Coast. Yamosu Krone Abidjan and some of the state. It took football to unite them. At that time, Ivory Coast was the world largest producer of cocoa. Now Ghana thought second. Ivory Coast Lucy Omu position as the first world largest producer of cocoa. Emma Ghana be overtaking in 2009 from 2009 to 2012. Ghana was taking that particular lead, but then Omo resolve Omo conflict. Ouattara ye reinstated as the president of Ivory Coast. No, Ivory Coast came and took their position back. Then Omo taking position back. Then because the government at that time wasn't doing the necessary things to motivate the cocoa farmers to produce large scale of cocoa bags and cocoa beans for the production of Ghana. And you want us to understand, say you people are doing something beautiful for the people of Ghana. No. Joma Ghana, the world largest producer, maybe the world largest producer of cocoa in those times was Gordon Gorgesbe. Go and read about the man. He was the governor of Ghana from 1919 to 1927. Koredi Kwan of Faso, Ebuama cocoa production in Ghana. One of the biggest production now ko edwaman so ewo wiase na Ghana tosun number 1 and with the quality the foreigners na omu believe say omu beto your cocoa na the quality of cocoa no enkwenti no they were giving us some sort na my value no ekosoro. But since say Gordon Gorgesbeck time eba bedru Kwame Nkrumah time eba bedru IK Champo more time eba bedru Flight Lieutenant General Rollins more time, then the cocoa production in Ghana started dropping. Ivory Coast took charge. That's now for quite a number of years. Nipela enya civil war when you come in 2009-2010. When leading for 2 years, you didn't do anything to stabilize your first position as the world largest producer of cocoa. Nipano resolving the conflict through mediation. Wababe take it over as the world largest producer of cocoa, and they want us to understand. And then Cocoa Bonnet reporting 4.8 billion Ghana cedis. We're losing because of small scale mining. We're losing because of galamsey. Very bad for the people of Ghana. Now let me go to the second one. And then me galamsey real Ghana stories in your mind. Me and you na cry me pay. I've done what I want to do because and then me say bottle water na me tonum. Scanso ni mbutum. Ti etna ma yensu e wo krom ana say. So Kruma say be kakra bottle water na ye tono crampono. You people will tell us say Mercury ni sign any baby a most of these water companies ne enye omun so crampo di free no. Sign so na sign e mana say no say this e bia in so to free soro ni aso de si amingalo mo for a year ni yese bi edenom. Sign e be si wo my way mo because our politicians, our leaders, our authorities had failed us when it comes to the fight of Galamsey. It is sign e be ba. Oma failures. They failed us. And I mean coming from NPP, I will not say it for NPP, I will not say it for NDC. Now, Oko Western Region now listen to this particular info. When you go to Western Region, 3,000 tons of forest reserved has been destroyed. Yes. Mesima Kacho say Oko Ghana currently as we speak Galamsey fight no ewo forest no ewo Western Region Central and a bro have enclave hono no omu tungudie no say forest no, and only ewo Western Region almost 3,000 tons of forest, 3,000 forest reserves ewo Western Region has been destroyed because of Galamsey. It has been destroyed all because of Galamsey. Now, before the introduction of cocoa board, na Ghana exporting cocoa no, exporting your gold no, as a foreign exchange earner, ekonya bibi the free. So currently as we speak no, the gold board able to gold from these small scale miners no, able to go ni from then. They will sit as an authority and as an institution, and the foreigners will come in and buy the gold from us. When it becomes like that, it boosts our local economy in our country. And yes, I find the gold. Yes, we gold. They are quite brutal. They are cotton gold. No, they must see a gold board as an institution. Be why hey gold. So that's one moment to gold in the free. The small scale miners no kromanum na. It will help for the foreign investors to come on board and buy the gold from us. When it becomes like that, we gain a lot of profit rather than we exporting the gold to the foreign land. And from last year up to this year, according to the research that I've done, Ghana lose $2 billion when it comes to the tax revenue of Galamsey. $2 billion when it comes to tax revenue on Galamsey. Now, Abandepa switch next picture na fama mini ending komo. Na yendi license no omomoma license e wa hanom, the mining license period analysis. Fato suma mini ending komo this year. Now you will understand and that's no motion ye be din komo wo honom and many abre pan some na me dey ba no many abre. Listen, in the year 1988 to 2008 1988 to 2008, at that time we are talking about the administration and military leadership. It was military leadership because Sawo Cheki the free 1979 when Yera General Rawlings start coup. First attempt, not second attempt, ebeye possible in 1979. Now in that same 1979, Oja Watu Wako, now Obidi said Dr. Hilary Man, ye free that kind of military leadership, Edia called civilian government. Now from 79 to 81, there was a president called Dr. Hilary Man at that time. So he falls, the administration falls within the 1988 administration. But then, in 1981, Yetu na buying guye, and then John Rawlings came back in 1981. So from 1981, Eba na soja buying from 81 to 1992. So we'll check analysis na me that so dia man say infoni na da I mean so na ocean live on Tofiakwa TV, Fortune TV and Time TV on YouTube from 1988 to 2008 from military government, the PNDC to the NDC to NPP, the number of licenses are binding mine for so many small scale mining was 40. But you ain't in here. It was 40. Me say the number of licenses are buying Eddie Man Crawford from 1988 to 2008 produced a check a number of years in the mammy. 1988 to 2008. Tifri Mam is saying Indian common. 88 to 2008. The number of lions at that time, government, from the NDC, from the military leadership, from NDC to NPP, because the 1992 constitution, as the 1992, we started a democratical rule of governance from 1992. So 1988 to 2008, 20 years, government releasing 40 licenses to small-scale miners in our country. But in 2009 to 2016, yen checking 2009 to 2016, one man power, it was the NDC. It was the NDC that they were in power from 2009 to 2016. So already number not from 88 to 2018 was 49. So we'll check the number a besan bekan 19 licenses. And in the last 8 years of Fifi Atamos and John Dramani Mahama administration, release 19 licenses to the small scale miners in our country. It's 19 now bekan, making it 59. Now from 2017 to 2025, I can say I had not one. Mon checking for mama. 2017 to 2025, check the number of licenses at the NPP. And I said at that time the administration 2017 yes, the administration shall from 2017 because he won the election in 2016 and then he was sworn in January 7th 2017. So I will check here January 7th 2017 and the administration administration when it started. It ended in 7 January 2025 and on handing over His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Within that period of time, may say the NPP released 2,151 licenses. God damn it. Hey, may say Sawope political party say Galamsey Tofiakwa we no go so mo can say it is the NPP. This time I'm being factual. That's why I've given this analysis for you to understand. So what political party this Galamsey for new question it is the NPP. You released in the last 8 years under another Dan Kufuor. He released 2,151 licenses to small scale miners in our country. Almost the western region, central region, Bro-Ahafo region, Ashanti region, enclave, and they are destroying our forest. Moko position there, you are coming back to have a normal press conference for we Ghanaians to understand, say you are doing something good for the people of Ghana. Meanwhile, within your administration, you gave 2,151 licenses to the small scale miners, Galamsey for supposedly, and they were your party members. These people, someone your grassroots boy, on your party member, there's no way that you will get a good legit license to work as a small scale miner in our country. You people should come on board. Send your comments on Tofiakwa TV. Asabaro Ovido in 24 diagro. So I say, hey, no man. No man. I've done a whole lot of things about the Galamsey. Let's go to the next video. Now, Ralph didn't come kakra. Now, Ralph and come now with or say yen send a message to Otumfo or Pimswo say I was say or no mumna a shate Galamsey ne down a Ashanti region. Na a one sense oh blame you to no. I can't even mention that over here because he has nothing to do. Our king has nothing to do when it comes to Galamsey fight. Our king has nothing to do when it comes to our Galamsey fight. I have certain things I want to ask Raf right after this particular video. I want to put to Mamini in Nkomo.
For 2 has the power to say nobody should step out, and everybody was in the room. And for 2 says enough is enough for Galamsey, something will happen. Let's stop this hypocrisy. Holding the leg. legs of our traditional rulers that have the power to speak for us. This is what we are saying. We have done our part, and we hold on our fathers to start acting for us as well. They are not. Tofiakwa has the power to say nobody should step out, and everybody was in the room. If Tofiakwa says enough is enough with Galamsey, something will happen. Let's stop this hypocrisy. Holding the legs of our traditional rulers that have the power to speak for us. This is what we are saying. We have done our part, and we hold on our fathers to start acting for us as well. They are not. Tofiakwa has the power to say nobody should step out, and everybody was in the room. If Tofiakwa says enough is enough with Galamsey, something will happen. Let's stop this. Holding the legs of our traditional rulers that have the power to speak for us. This is what we are saying. We have done our part, and we hold on our fathers to start acting for us as well. They are not. Tofiakwa has the power to say nobody should step out, and everybody was in the room. If Tofiakwa says enough is enough with Galamsey, something will happen. Let's stop this hypocrisy. Holding the legs of our traditional rulers that have the power to speak for us. This is what we are saying. We have done our part, and we hold on our fathers to start acting for us as well. They are not. Tofiakwa has the power to say nobody should step out, and everybody was in the room. If Tofiakwa says enough is enough with Galamsey, something will happen. Let's stop this hypocrisy. Holding the legs of our traditional rulers that have the power to speak for us. This is what we are saying. We have done our part, and we hold on our fathers to start acting for us as well. They are not. Tofiakwa has the power to say nobody should step out, and everybody was in the room. If Tofiakwa says enough is enough with Galamsey, something will happen. Let's stop this hypocrisy. Holding the legs.
Kakradema Raf say yenya mbotra sebi obeka asembi ohun na se ni obi esife hu no ebia na we hu ye intina me slow down kakra no. Listen, let me tell you something. In our African setting here, we respect leaders. We respect people. In fact, before Abrofuno Ebebano, Ababetuashe Yeswa colonizer, slave trade Bebano, we had our African setting. In fact, we had our African setting near Fasu Diasem. We had our African setting, which the people at that time were following rules and regulations. That is the reason why we have so many terms called enculturation, deculturation, and those kind of terms. Because at that time, when you go to a certain you abide the rules and regulation of that land. It is called enculturation. If you don't abide the rules and regulation, it is called deculturation. See, you should understand. Know how you talk to them. Because me, I am not sure that I will sit here to say something about a king or a chief in Ghana, which of course I know say in some American, it doesn't relate to his chieftaincy achievement, and I say it doesn't relate to his chieftaincy development. Also, yeah, I want Maya odi hene was no, and me yes adia. Not just say sebi me a hypocrite, sebi me muadie, and sebi I'm not trying to say the truth. Raf, you are a young boy. Don't try. Say ode ohini bi o krumwa enibeye from. Especially when it comes to Otumfo or say to do the second. You should be mindful with your words. I mean yeti krumwa, yeti asante memuha. Ena ye hine eboja. In fact, catch any himful, I will mention him say. Wa obehu se utu galamsey e wo sas so in fact obema imra eniwa ye adwuma imra na obema ni eniwa ye adwuma is ono ne mra wa hyehye e wa santemam se ompese obehu ne hemfo se omudo mu ho ahye galamsey mu omu bo ama omu nsase edede omu krom ne yetusu egudie ne esan essence aso na essence no ompese obehu saade no ye wo krom ha ohene ba ko asebi no de na so odin sebi no ndo ye born kokko still not that so o tu galamsey e woni kurum ye wa ha ye wura atwe wo hene na so oji na ho ye de free nsem because of say otumfu akasa but then wo ye I mean ohene no oso onfua de otumfu e kan so anase untie de otumfu e kan so dia then also what you nasi akonya na so what you to asi akonya ojina ko different in some we are here and then Euro Tumfo has said everything about galamsey e koso okroman me pacho Ralph we so wasem Ghana did tax at the mo Tumfo ana your tax revenue collection no ye the majority ne the common hene ye the common Eura Yerua and the president of Ghana now. He has his own kingdom. And we are talking about chieftaincy. And as we are talking about Onuna Hinia Odi. It is far from the galamsey fight that you are trying to attribute Yerua or Hipopimso or say to the second in your statement. The statement now we're making to me is not sensible. It is not sensible. Who are you? Like oya hwan. Sa okasa oboso de kire ohene. If even it is not about Yewura Otumfo, who are you to talk anyhow to ehemfomu okromu anom? That's what I'm saying. Say me you Otumfo de esi nchen. I don't want to even say ono no krampo de me you Otumfo de esi nchen. Say enyo Otumfo krampo asem ne ye kan. Who are you, Ralph, to talk anyhow to the chiefs and the kings of Mokrum Hanum? Who are you? You are nobody. We understand you are fighting a good cause for galamsey. But what you said about the Otumfo, I'm telling you, you were wrong. And sometimes, some microphone yodium. Now believe say oh yeah one now yeah Ralph one no hey one who you beji we no so da ko me kan credit achero. I'm telling you so one share oniama na wo ye ni here obeji we ni so and the moment I realize say waji we ni so now you too late the amount because baby a okeka kono intokwa na wo pedi ama ho no intokwa no eso chen san tokwa no enye Otumfo himpon de beko san tokwa no me can credit achero only time the mount in tokona wa sha say na person pay the ma ho no say wo throw warning wo betima ma obi warning Debio Ralph, can you give someone warning? Wo betima ma obi warning impo wo betima ma wo maame warning wo betima ma papa warning impo to give an elderly person warning just like how you were talking on top of your chest. Hey ebi boshi o Ralph oboshi pacho ya no abetwem producer say o person call Sirema obetwem fa ha on you can sunyana kro obetwem fa ha on pacho emi say obetwem akosunyane akoye protest sunyane omoye protest enche oko northern region so may protest enche ya no betwima fa o don fa kakra chidi so obetima fa on yes obetima fa o head the map of Ghana no obetima fa o free crime I mean southern part ne obetima fa kakra de akọ northern region ya on fa kakra na o fa no si minie me Ralph minie hey intokwa na wo keka kono bebi akeka ko Ralph sa wunya penimu bi mani ntuufo sa wunya obi mani ntuufo a me pa cho ma me keka bi nkyerɛ hey bebi ade asɛm ne kono e fa sansɛm ne nkohonom when it comes to Galamsey fight, or 2-4 or say to the second had nothing to do with Galamsey fight. Sebi Monday didn't to crack one from my ura. And none in the ebu of minor. The obu of minor for what so because what you are claiming and you are pretending to be an NDC member, because when the NPP were in power, you have failed and you've embarrassed yourself when the NDC came to power. Who try to hate in your own shit out? You say NDC it's what against Nyemebia Katedi Mumu. So catch your president, your man said the Galamsey fight, what he said when he was in opposition, said the government at that time and calling for state of emergency, tell him to call for state of emergency on the Galamsey because our water bodies and our lands gradually deteriorate. Nature is all the Wasambo Otumfo, so Otumfo had nothing to do when it comes to Galamsey fight over here in Ashanti region. In Tokana, Tokana, baby, Akakono. Oh, ya when in tongue. Oh, Kasa de when in tongue. I'm not sure. So you can talk to your father, even the way you oh Kasa with your video. Video na here, bono producer. Want is no be a catchers onya and some now work. But you feel say you are full of yourself. Ya be trim. Ube best nako tamale akoye protester. Ya be trim afa kruma. Trim. You know, be trim the fuck room and now call why. You know, be trim at the faha now call when you take me rough me. See, you don't respect. You don't respect. You don't respect. And these things, if you try as much as possible, say oh babema sebi, would you be in any babe ye for ma yen train for ma. Because Galamsey once and some American. See, when I was making my report, a tear for them say I made a report on Western region. Why didn't you attack some of the kings, some of the chiefs in Western region? Why didn't you attack some of the kings or some of the chiefs in Burahafo region? Why didn't you attack some of the chiefs? Because we are talking about some of the Galamsey site Ashanti region number of Galamsey site is less. I'm telling you, if you don't know. The Western region, the Burahafo region, Central region, Enclave, the forest reserves, why didn't you say something about the Western region? Why didn't you say something about Burahafo region? Why didn't you say something about Central region? Hey, how dare you? And back at try. Back at try. Kai, back at try. Raf, back at try. We are yaro. Back at try Otumfo. Me kano crachro. Because baby akikakono. O kikako baby asebi wow. So you a protester. Me tawachi. Shasuna ye protest. No Galamsey protest. Shasuna ye. Na am penny for na sebi omunye ma ye no ompeso ompeso mine bono keka wan dwen fa kire omo keka wan dwen wo kwan paso enkodi obi atem ka wan dwen wo kwan paso mo mu hu se ne ma na omo ye we nkrom hanom no enye kano in a way and the papa wouldn't feel offended. But don't try. The only king. He is the only king. He is the only king. Don't try. He has nothing to do. He is the only king. He has nothing to do with Galamsey in Ghana. And he all can't be very, very careful. On some do didn't come on. Now why are very, very careful. Producer send me time hey so that when you're not for Mano Semo NC. See, I have some videos I can make me about Edia, but producer, you move videos no quick now. Your fences is here now, yampong because as a time no air ya couldn't him kakra. You want quick now. Producer, mame video na NPP sending a more harassment protest Ediama the NDC government omo petition the NDC government over the 2 days and that was omo sending them the presidency, the office of the presidency, telling them say how and man or more fast NPP for no it is not properly done or it is not done well. Because some believe said the government appointees ni nyema ye yambo the mamen kasa na bo video no e won chen nye ne sa quick now o crap video na e twegu e wo mfoni ni so na it is about the NPP, that is the community the National Youth Organizer Salam and a petition the government together with Dennis Miracle Abuaje, also part of the communication team of the NPP, telling them say how and man or mochiche NPP for mu be it is not done, and I say it is not properly done in according to some of the laws we kruma. So obekaya chairman won to me come for so no, it wasn't good on that. That is what the NPP people are saying, not me na American. Almost say come for so chairman won to me no na enye come for so eche abronya no then also enye. Okay, a social commentator on TikTok Fante comedy kwaya or muso fa so ekoche Fante comedy no and also na enye edubuwa hinsema and also eko court and how mo fa so handle and sensem dibuwa enye, especially with chairman won to be case at that time Yoko eche chairman won to me believe say in 24 hours na I was some prepare no edin court na court no so no omode ne ko ekodi na asem na enam say odi ne be court ne lawyer betime siki bail condition ediama ninti no Yoko for election bail condition me say nipa kono ne access should be in jurisdiction in Accra only, not in the outskirts of Accra. Unbelieving say in that way no as a nam autocratic, but then Yoko as an institution operating in the whole Ghana. It is a match will be Nancy Pakrono asset a bit in Yabua Amaya granting the bill. But by some much say or the over grantee bill no the asset this should be in the jurisdiction of only in Accra. To them it is not good in terms of rule of governance. The same way with Chairman Abronye or Mocheno. Unbelieve is a chairman Abronya no. The case omo edi echelo no according to some of the law and the rules and regulation that we have in our constitution. It didn't go in accordance with the Atomodidi IGP. So IGP case now move so the action it should have been a civil case, and that the IGP would have gone to the court and then present his case at the court. And the court mum the be assembly not say be chairman Abronye that did not come in the immediate of 24 hours more prepared chairman Abronye akufesi e court. Unbelieve say come of us yes animal. It was totally bad. It was totally bad. Now when you check in our constitution, the criminal crime code constitution article section 183, the A and the B, when you read the article very well you will understand. Say nipa oyi sa code ni di free ho at the time no mo ignite the freedom of speech in our constitution no. It happened ewo yewura John Ajekum Kufuor penso. It happened ewo yewura John Ajekum Kufuor penso. Most of the people believe say John Ajekum Kufuor penso and the freedom of speech omo edebaya omo yi that code no say so when you insult president you are free to go with my president. But then so we check it, the Chieftaincy Act within our same constitution you are not eligible to even insult a king or a chief in our country. You are talking about a president of Christ's sake, the liberal law and other code of edict. It is totally bad. That's what I think. This thing around the MPP for no can't want some emotional grievances no blaming John Ajekum Kufuor, because in Rollins time 1992 to 2000 did you hear so be the president Rollins attempt usuro this is freedom of speech e dey free honum na o makwan ama yenkrofobia didi president attempt there. Then the NPP should also be mindful with their words. The same thing with the NDC should also be mindful with their words, especially when Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo was in power. We saw a lot of NDC people who were insulting, attacking the personality of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And then MPP4 na send them protest their corner. MPP4 and a demo protest mum and a air call. emre nti me de besia enkanye emre na etimi akwa animu a enka ye try say bebo ewura NDC amon yoko ne di nkomo kakra e wo maka cho say global info analytics e de abetudwa say yewura Haruna Idrusu per the survey per everything na ekoso wo NDC on maka cho say the likes of Julius Debra Esiodun Ketia, the national chairman of National Democratic Congress. These three people are in contention. Say in the year 2028, these three people will go into Congress, and then one of them will be elected to lead the NDC as a political party. And according to Global Info Analytics, so called the grassrooter, and yet it's not about Julius Debra. It is not about Esiodun Ketia, but then it is Yura Haruna Idrusu. The same Global Info Analytics force out to say NPP for the per se say NDC call into their polls and also omun Congress or omun elected Johnson Esiodun Ketia. The same thing NDC funds to believe say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia aka 9 pe aka aka 9 pe ne die no ana say the credibility and everything for 2028 no ne die ne mu ha. So mkoyi ohine Japan e be ye din dia ma NPP ba with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia e be ye mre e dia ma NDC o metime wi ne fala according to Global Info Analytics enye mre na akwa ka wo sanka bi wura sansem wi mu na mbedi mu start editor e dia ma. But of course we the point political hot seat show and mede ebro makare say sa dwumadi we no mede ba Mondays 11:30, Wednesdays 11:30, and also Fridays 11:30. Na mede sa dwumadi we aba abesom na bibia etimi akoye e de amaw me na mede dwumadi we ho chia me no ye frɛ me Big Brother J the Maestro me ne abandpa your success and etna so edi nkomo anase etna otna chire etoto niama e de emame edidi nkomo yakeka nsem bebre e de afa ho pacho we say to me it's not see I'll share no comment now I like it at their mind both on Facebook and also YouTube, Tofiakwa TV, Fashion TV, and Time TV on all our social media handles. You try as much as possible to project this, and then we will be happy if your opinions and your comments are welcome, because your opinions and comments now is actually important to us. Being a Big Brother J the Maestro, Nyamwa Friday, same time, same day, we shall meet again. Bye for now.